We are on week 2 of building a plant-based pantry on a budget. Let's jump in. For these next 2 weeks, I spent about $105 and only ate about $94, which leaves us with $6.70 per day for the next 14 days. I shopped at Costco and Sprouts for this, and if you hear any little pitter-pattering, that's my dogs. Some items may be more expensive or less expensive depending on where you live. You may or may not like any of these items, and you can just swap out compatible fruits or vegetables for items that you don't like or that aren't in season for where you live. You could swap out pineapple for mango, avocados for hemp seeds. You do you. If at any point you decide that you like this video, then give it a thumbs up down below to let me know that you want more videos like this. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, just hit the subscribe button down below and then also hit that notification bell to let you know whenever I post a new video. I post videos on Thursday, but that will let you know exactly when I post a new video. And sometimes I might throw in a surprise here and there. You never know. So as I said in the beginning, we are building a plant-based pantry on a budget. We've done 1 week, which is kind of 2 weeks, but I'm just gonna call them 1 week. I don't really know what to call them. It's week 1. We're on week 2, but it's really gonna be 4 whole weeks because we're doing 2 weeks at a time. So anyway, if you have not watched, can you lay down, please? So if you have not watched the first week of the budget meal plan, we're gonna be using some of the ingredients from that week in this week. So if you have not watched that video yet, you need to go down below in the description and click the link to the first video and check out that video first, or you can go to that video after watching this one. Whatever you wanna do, you do you. So if you're ready to see week 2's grocery list and recipe ideas, then let's get started. I'm gonna show you all the food that can be eaten in a single day for these next 2 weeks. So these are frozen bananas, frozen cherries, red onion, avocado, a tomato, pineapple, limes, butterhead lettuce, salsa, peanut butter from week 1, Live Fit Superfood Blend also from week 1, chia seeds, apple cider vinegar, garbanzo beans, rice also from week 1, and some soy milk. So now you can screenshot this and you can have this on hand if you would like a little reference, but it's also down below in the description. I also put the macros here for you, the protein, fat, and carbs if you want to know those. And now for the grocery list, here's all the fruit that I bought. I put the amounts and how much I paid for them. All of this information is going to be down below in the description for you. Here are the veggies that I bought. I know the veggies are lacking, but we'll kick this up a notch as the weeks go on. And then here are the remainder of the items. So I bought dried chickpeas, but you can always buy canned. It's just gonna be a little bit more expensive than buying dried. And then these are the items from week 1 that we're also gonna be using this week. For some optional groceries, I'm using Himalayan salt and fresh peppercorns. And this is just something people tend to have it on hand already in their pantry. And also for some spices, I would recommend getting 1 spice every time you shop. They last a really, really long time, and they're also really, really good for you and add a lot of flavor to your dishes. So I like to use cayenne pepper for my lime or lemon water. It's really good for circulation and for getting rid of toxins in your body. I also like cinnamon in a lot of dishes. It's good for regulating blood sugar, and ground turmeric is an anti-inflammatory, and it also has 4% iron in just 1 teaspoon, which is amazing. And also ground cumin has 7% iron in 1 teaspoon. So that's gonna be the main reason why I'm gonna be using turmeric and ground cumin in these recipes. Again, they're optional, but the added extra iron is really nice. Now for the meal prep, I'm gonna start with garbanzo beans. I'm gonna put the instructions on what I did here down below in the description. But as you can see, I just washed my garbanzo beans and added water, and I put it in a crock pot on high for 4 hours. This was so easy to make. Totally worth it, very little effort. I highly recommend buying dried over canned. You're not going to have all the toxins from the chemicals that they use in canned goods, and you're gonna save some money. And then for rice, I'm also gonna put instructions on what I did down below in the description, how much I used for both the garbanzo beans and the rice. I made 4 days worth at a time. And then I just froze all of my bananas. You don't have to do this, but my bananas ripen really fast and I don't like them when they're brown, so I freeze them before they get brown. And now for some sample meals. This first one isn't really a meal. It's not a meal at all. It's just lime water. I have a liter of lime or lemon water every single morning, and I also like to add cayenne pepper to this. I also have this at night and as much as I can throughout the day. Now for the first recipe, I'm making a smoothie. So it is pineapple, cherries, and bananas, blended with soy milk to make a yummy, super creamy smoothie. All of these recipes can be easily taken to go in a cooler with an ice pack. Yum-y. Now for the second recipe, this is a banana peanut butter chia seed pudding. It's bananas, soy milk, chia seeds, Live Fit powder, blend it all together. I added a little bit more soy milk so it wasn't too thick, and then I topped it off with some peanut butter, and then I'm just going to store this in the fridge to let the chia seeds soak up all of the liquid and become like pudding, tapioca pudding texture. This could be easily meal prepped. Just make 3 or 4 of these at a time and store them in your fridge, and then you'll have a really quick meal ready to go. Now for recipe number 3, this isn't really a recipe, but I just am mixing chia seeds with water, stirring it together really well, and then letting it sit for about 15 minutes for the chia seeds to soak up the water, and then they get nice and crunchy and chewy, and they're a really good thing to have if you have the munchies. Now for recipe number 4, lettuce, tomatoes, garbanzo beans for lots of protein, red onion, avocado for some healthy fats, and some raw apple cider vinegar. I added actually more than a tablespoon. I'm only showing you that I added a tablespoon, but add as much as you want. Raw apple cider vinegar is a really good natural probiotic. If you have salt and pepper, you can add this if you want. Now for recipe number 5, I'm adding rice, salsa, avocado, pineapple, and then squeezing on top some lime. And if you have some extra red onion, add that. And here is where I'm gonna add a little bit of cumin and turmeric to add that extra iron into my food. And again, totally can be easily stored in a container and taken to work or to school. And once your pineapple and your avocados are ripe, you're gonna wanna pop those in the fridge. I just twisted off the tops of the pineapple so that it fits a little bit better in my fridge. And then I just cut off sections and cover what I haven't used with plastic wrap, and just leave that in my fridge as I use it. Thank you so much. See you guys next time. No. See you guys next time.